so it could run. This car was repaired, and in a day, Takuma crashed approximately 9:30 on Saturday. By basically 10 o'clock that night, it was done, and it was ready to run the next morning when he went out. The car as it sits right now is 1,530 pounds without Takuma. It has a 22-gallon fuel tank. It runs on ethanol fuel. I don't know if many of you put ethanol in your car. Some of you do, probably like 10 to 15% if you go to certain stations. Here we run 98% ethanol. If we ran 100% ethanol, you could drink it. You know what? Corn or here it's a sugar cane base out of Brazil. Yeah, you know that. So anyway, so they put 2% in, so it basically you won't drink it for one, and it's flammable, 2% gas. In the previous time when we ran methanol, it was the flame could not be seen, so there was a lot of times you saw guys jumping around. Rick Mears got burned one year rather badly on his face and arms, and he was trying to get out of the car quickly, and they couldn't because they didn't know he was on fire. Now we know that there's a little bit more flame and when things happen quickly. The engine is a V8 Honda, normally aspirated. For years here they ran turbochargers, and hopefully in the future when they have a new car they'll be turbocharging, because the engines before were quite loud, extremely loud. I don't know, the decibels probably 108, 9, 10. And then in the recent years they've developed a canister muffler that keeps it down a little bit. They're still pretty loud compared to the turbo age. If any of you were here in the turbo years, with all the different manufacturers. So it's basically a spec car series. What that means is there's one chassis. There's a Dallara that's from Italy. There's the engine, the Honda, which is actually built in California at HPD and up by Magic Mountain, where you saw the movie Vacation. That was Wally's World. Do you remember Wally World? It's about 3 miles from there is where they build the motors for all the cars, pretty much. And everybody runs Firestone tires. So it's a pretty good starting block for the teams to work with. Okay, then you develop what you have. Now, obviously, Takuma's a rookie on the ovals and in Indy car racing in general, so it's difficult for him. He was learning even on the street circuits. We ran at Long Beach and St. Petersburg. The walls are tight. He was very fast at Barber Motorsports Park, qualified with the top 6 first time. A rookie's done that quite some time, so he was very impressive there. But the situation is different than an F1 car. How many of you have been to Indy before? I mean, a lot of you are here, so you follow it. You kind of know it's a lot different than a Formula 1 car. But it has a 6-speed sequential steering, sequential gearbox. If you've ridden a motorcycle, you know what sequential means. You go up and down. There's no H pattern or anything like that. In a second here, I'm going to show you a steering wheel that is utilized. It's very close to not too far off an F1 steering wheel. We now have paddle shifting now, which is different. And everything is pretty much red across the board on the computer. Comes on to the screen on the